But haven't got to cast this guy yet today, have we? Or did we? I think we did, actually. It doesn't matter. We're in the semifinals, the second semifinals. I can't remember what else happened today. It's been too long. We're 10 hours into this cast. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we've got the Blue Terran for the Shopify Rebellion. ByuN. A heavy favorite to win today's cup. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, the biggest underdog to get to the semifinals. I mean, it's incredible. Stoked to see him here. American representation in the America's Cup. And not only that, but Zerg representation in one of these EPT Cups is so rare. And we just realized that an American Zerg has never made it to the semifinals of an EPT Cup before. He's breaking new ground, even though he's retired. It's Silky. Kind of dope to see. Now, Silky, I don't want to say he had an easy road to get here, but it was certainly easier than it could have been. He was slated to fight against Solar, and Solar dropped out. Solar forfeited today. Didn't show up. So Silky certainly got away with that one. He did still have to fight some solid players, though, including Shadone. Shadone, a very strong EU Protoss. But Silky able to take him down 2-1, again, despite being retired. Now, Silky's up against ByuN's 2 racks Reaper opener, which most Zergs would be very familiar with at this point. But Silky, as a retired player, maybe hasn't been playing quite as much lately, may not be quite as familiar with this build, the opener or the follow-ups. And there are a handful of different follow-up potentials here for ByuN. So we'll have to see how Silky handles this. It is, of course, ByuN behind the wheel, too. And while Silky's played some good games today, I don't know if any of them are going to be up to taking down ByuN. So far, Reaper's just being annoying. The second Reaper going to show up pretty soon here and join up with its friend to kill some of these Zerglings. Queen going to be pretty helpful. Nice little Spore Crawler morph there, actually, to save that drone. Silky's feeling it, man. Playing good today. Oh, this is exciting. It's exciting to see players I don't really get to cast very often. Silky is, you know, he's around here and there still, but it's just rare to see him. Now, it is just going to be 3 Reapers. ByuN's not going super hard on this. If he wanted to go super hard, we'd see a 3rd racks in the main. And now we're seeing the 3rd and 4th racks, but this is for the follow-up. So what these 2 racks are going to do is build Marine. They're going to build Marine, and they're going to build Marine. And they're going to build Marine. There's going to be a lot of Marine building. Silky seems to be trapped on 2 bases right now, not able to take that 3rd base. I don't know if there was a drone that got killed or if Silky is just chilling. He starts up +1 Carapace. Oh, see, this is what I'm worried about. I don't know if Silky knows exactly what he's up against here. I feel like +1 Carapace is just, I don't know if it's a good move here. We'll have to see. Oh my god, ByuN's Reaper micro is actually insane. How does he beat that many Lings with 3 Reapers? That feels impossible. 3 Reapers will kill a hatchery. The Ling's got to come back out and defend it. The hatchery is getting dangerously low. It's not allowed to get above 100 hit points right now. There's more Lings coming out. Oh my god, this hatchery though. The Queens are here. I think the Queens will bully these Reapers away. But this is so bad for Silky. He's lost 17 Lings now. The early stage of the defense was fine for him. But this part, this is awful. This is just no good. And behind this, ByuN's got Stim about to finish. Hey, look at what these racks are doing. They're building them. Factory on the way. I imagine we'll see a starport behind that for some medivacs. Lots of Marine are scouted by that Overlord as it dies. The 3 Reapers are still alive. 7, 7, and 7 kills apiece. Oh, no, wait. This one's got 5. Okay, I misclicked. 7, 5, and 7. I thought we had, you know, lucky number 7 here. Oh, it looks like that is it for them, though. As one or two of them get their 8th kill, they get taken down. A bit unfortunate for ByuN. I think that would have been really nice to have those Reapers with this. The Bane nest is done. There's a few Banelings out. ByuN is going to have to be a little bit careful here, but without Bane speed, it doesn't have to be that careful. Transfuse is going to hold on for the Queens. Ling's going to try to get the wraparound, but they decide to pull back as the Marine DPS is a little bit too much. More Marines coming out here. Silky only on 41 workers, though. Ooh, Queen stays alive, and actually the Lings get the wraparound this time. Can they hold on to these Marines? Well, a little bit. You know what? They're going to send these Marines packing as the Marines run out of stim. ByuN loses everything there, and you know what? I think that was a good hold from Silky. So far, the trades have been relatively even. Silky definitely needs to drone right the hell up behind this, though, and he's just making more units. Uh-oh, I'm a little bit worried for Silky. I feel like if that had been a round of 10, 12 drones, Silky'd be doing okay right now. But as it is, ByuN's 3rd base is going down. Silky is down 9 workers on his opponent. He's going to start droning up now, but it's so late. Grabs a 4th base, but he's so undersaturated at these bases. +1 Carapace is done, though. That should help these Lings stay alive a bit longer against the Marines. I think how it works is Carapace is really good if your enemy's units shoot a lot, because it applies to every single bullet those Marines shoot, which means it applies like 1 billion times because the Marines shoot a lot. I don't know exactly how it interacts with Marines, if it means they have to fire like 1 more time per Ling. That could be a lot. There's going to be a lot of Zerglings as well. ByuN dropping out here. I think Silky is going to spot that with this nicely placed Overlord, which will die. But Silky not expanding here, so this drop isn't really much of a threat down on the low ground. Looks like there's a tank follow-up for ByuN. I think he was a little bit worried about getting attacked, though. He's got this bunker up. But he's going to be able to take his 3rd base. Silky still only on 50 workers, though, as he pushes this drop away. It's on such a low worker count. But drop gets shoved away for now. ByuN's got +2 attack and +1 armor on the way, but +1 melee is about to finish for these Lings and Banes. So as ByuN pushes onto this base, Silky might be able to jump on this army. ByuN's already starting to hit the hatch, though. Is Silky here in time? He is, with a full surround. Really nice plays here from Silky. Takes down all of ByuN's army out here. But did he leave enough back at home to deal with this drop? No, the double drop comes in and just stimming down a bunch of Queens. The Lings that were here going down. 6 drones falling as well. And as the Lings try to get on top of this, oh man, it looks like he will force the lift up. 17 SCVs going down, though, as ByuN's 3rd base is completely exposed. Silky got to get out of there with these Lings. Seems like a lot of them will go down, but 17 workers dying. ByuN coming back into this 4th base, but Silky is there. Kills a Marine or 2. This is a bit of a slugfest. Silky's still in a very tough spot, though. Even after killing 17 workers, is down in the worker count. ByuN trying to get this 3rd base resaturated. He's got a siege tank here, which will help a lot against the Banelings that are about to try to come in. Looks like Silky wants to put some pressure on. He's got a lot of army out, a lot of Lings. Nothing that shoots up, but it's okay. ByuN loses that anyways. Looks like some Banelings came in, and hey, they actually did get some SCV kills. Forced the repair on this CC, too. Not a ton of money spent, but a little more lost mining time here as ByuN heals that bad boy up. However, some drones going down on the other side of the map. The Queens take down the medevac. So these Marines are here for good. They're going to kill one of the Queens. But Silky finally cleans up all the pressure on his side of the map. But he is only up a couple of workers here. And with +2 armor on the way, ByuN is already up 1 upgrade. He's going to be up 2 without too much longer. Before too much longer, I should say. Silky's definitely got to get on that those upgrades. +3 attack starts up for ByuN. Yeah, his upgrade lead is only going to get further and further ahead. Silky really fighting this out. The worker count still so even. ByuN has lost a nice, cool, crisp 5,000 resources. Oh, Silky just diving in on top of this. He thinks he can take it. Hits some really nice Banes on the top side there. This is kind of becoming a problem right now for ByuN. He's losing a lot more workers, lost a lot of his army here. But he does have a huge double drop to the top side. Silky's got some units back at home. Is it enough to defend this, though? 15 SCVs went down, but we are seeing a lot of worker damage on this side as well. 3 queens here means these medevacs need to get on out before they start getting targeted down by the queens. Oh, where are these medevacs going? ByuN, bit of miscontrol here. Uncharacteristic miscontrol. The queens, though, not able to catch up to those medevacs. 6 drones going down. Silky finally takes a worker lead, not because he's been building a lot of drones, but because he killed a lot of drones, or a lot of SCVs, I should say. ByuN, though, still mining from this base. He has been mining a little bit more on average the last 5 minutes, but Silky, again, finally takes that lead. And has rebuilt a lot of those Lings and Banes. 30 more Lings on the way here. Looks like the drops on the left-hand side are still kind of around. Silky wants to dive in on top of this, getting on top of a lot of these units on the low ground. Well, he hits up here at the high ground, might force a cancel on this command center. Oh my god, Silky is busting through ByuN right here. This third base, forced to lift, 14 more SCVs going down, a cancel on the fourth. Oh, and ByuN, this is not good for ByuN right now. The drop does come back into the main base, but the medevac goes down. The Lings clean up the Marines. ByuN is under 100 supply. Silky's only at 120, though, so it's not exactly an all-out win for Silky, but he is certainly ahead in this game. If he can get these bases fully saturated and maybe, I don't know, take another one, a forward base here would be kind of cool, I feel like. I feel like Silky could be in a fantastic spot. As it is, he's in a good spot, but he's not pushing that economic advantage that he had. He just wants to keep the pressure onto ByuN, and there's no spore crawler here, so these drones got to run. The queens got to kind of carefully push this away so they don't die. Looks like they will get it out of there, at least for the time being. More drones going down, though, somewhere, but this fight is maybe more important than the 6 drones that have died. Baneling smashing in, Lings coming in, the tank goes down. We have a lift up into the medevacs, but still a handful of workers dying here. That factory is going to be burning. CC is lifted again. The bunker goes down. Oh, and that's not enough Marines. SCVs might have to fight with this. ByuN doesn't have a lot left. SCV is fighting, but the Banelings come in and force another lift up. This bunker from earlier is really coming into play. See more drones going down. Is that the Liberator coming back? No, I don't know where it is. It's this Liberator. And Silky's going to back up, but he's lost 12 workers back at home despite killing 8. Silky's down in the worker count right now. And has ByuN done it by just harassing a little bit here, a little bit there, and Silky just not building that drone count up. He can't afford to make drones and army right now. ByuN is floating 1,200 gas. Oh, the Baneling's finished. Oh, so close. Oh, Widowmine. Big Widowmine shot there. It does kill a medevac, but I think it was an empty medevac. Second Widowmine shot doing very well against the Lings, and Silky, I think, is running out of steam. He was ahead there for a second, but I think he needed to build a round of 20 drones, and instead it was 40 Lings. And those Lings ended up just running across the map and dying. He doesn't really have a lot back at home. Now it's Silky under 100 supply, while ByuN maintains that 110 army, 110 supply, I should say. Oh my god, that Widowmine. GG gets called, and ByuN ends up taking game number 1. But man, Silky did not make that easy. That was the hardest I've seen ByuN work for a TVZ in a minute. Wow. Very impressive play from our American Zerg player. Coming in here with a vengeance today with a fire. I don't know, guys. Silky might be coming back. That was a hell of a game. Silky is a monster. Like, we all know ByuN is insanely good. He's one of the best Terrans in the world. Probably just number 2 to Maru. I don't know, maybe Cure's up in there too. But Silky coming out of absolutely nowhere. It's such an NA thing to do, I feel like. Like, wow, we haven't seen this player in a while. And they're really the underdog here. They just show some really sick games. Masa, big fan of doing that. With Silky too. Living up to the history of NA players. All right, we're loading into game number 2 now. It's a pretty dope semifinals. I'm really stoked on this. The idea that Silky's the first American Zerg to reach an EPT Cup semifinals. We're on the 183rd EPT Cup. And out of 183, this is the first American Zerg player to reach a semifinals. Actually wild. In the upper left-hand corner of Gressfon, we have Silky, the retired player, former Psystorm. His opponent in the lower right-hand corner, one of the hardest players in the bracket, one of the hardest players in the world, if we're honest. It is the Shopify Rebellion's ByuN. Ooh, okay. Cheeky, Mike. Silky going for a spawning pool. A little early pool, early gas action. Silky bringing the NA strats to the NA Cup. Now, ByuN, again, going for his standard 2 racks Reaper opener. Are we going to see a 3rd racks? I wouldn't put it past him to do a 3rd racks, but I think what really helped Silky in that last game, something I didn't really consider, was the early +1 Carapace meant that some of those early fights went a lot more in his favor than I think ByuN was expecting. And then he had that +1 melee finish up, and all of a sudden, he's got 1-1 at a kind of a time in a situation where you wouldn't normally expect it. That's a cool way for Silky to play like an off-meta style that still allowed him to stick it out with ByuN for such a long time. And genuinely, I don't know if this is true, I genuinely believe that at that moment where Silky was up 30 supply, if he had just hit the drone button, gone up to 75 workers, and then right back into Ling Bane, I think he's way too far ahead, and ByuN has to work way harder for a win. That's how I personally feel. I've been watching a lot of Dark, and Dark will do that. He'll be heavy aggression, low worker count, and just scrappy, winning the fight, and then all of a sudden, there'll be a moment. There'll be a pause in the action, and Dark's just at 75 workers. And you're like, oh, yeah, he's just 60 supply ahead, like the game's over. It's a hard thing to do, though, if you're in Silky's position, to know when you're ahead. Now, in this game, we have a much earlier speed. Still drones coming out, though, so Silky's not committing super hard to heavy speedling, but I think he just wants to surprise these Reapers and get the kill. And I don't know if ByuN has realized yet that this is what's happening. I doubt he has. He's going to grab a drone, though, and that's a very painful drone since Silky opened in a non-economic focus. But now he sees the Ling speed. And the Reapers are like, we got to actually kind of sneak out of here for right now. But that early Ling speed just going to help Silky out. I don't know if he opened like this last game because he's got another Evo chamber coming down. If he goes for another +1 Carapace, I guess I would assume that he opened like this last game. How, ByuN? if that was my 3 Reapers against somebody who didn't micro the Zerglings at all, I would have lost all 3 of them. How does he do that? It's insane. He did only kill 1 Zergling, though. After all that, the Zerglings just kind of got damaged. Oh, drone wants to get in here, build a base. The Reaper's trying to stop it. Oh my god, the Queen. No! Okay, it goes down. Oh, that was so scary for a second. I thought that was going to stop it once again. But no, the 3rd base goes down. Queen just delaying her a little bit. Bane nest drops as well. There's +1 Carapace again. Yeah, I guess Silky did open like this last game, didn't he? I wasn't really paying attention. I was more focused on ByuN and just kind of, I don't know, getting excited for the game to start, the action to start. Didn't realize Silky's build was kind of a weird way to get there. But he's done it again. ByuN's moving across the map. He's about to have Stim. It's a good handful of Lings out and a couple of Queens here, but no Banelings just yet. I think this is a bit of an earlier push out for ByuN. This is what I was talking about with the different kind of builds he can do with this. Stim is 3 seconds away from being done. Oh, this is really dangerous actually for Silky, because Stim is going to kill these Queens. They are off creep. They do not have the ability to transfuse. And there's not enough Lings to actually contest this. The Stim Marines are a little bit too powerful. And these Queens, there's no running away for these Queens. Another big Stim, though, is going to hurt these Marines, I think, too significantly for them to stick around. But 3 dead Queens and a good trade with the Lings, at least an even trade with the Lings here, is very nice for ByuN. The Queens are kind of the biggest deal, though. They're forced to be rebuilt immediately. That's less transfuses, less injects, and less creep spread. And behind this, ByuN does have follow-up racks, but this isn't going to be as committed of a Marine push to follow it up, I think. As I say that, though, he comes back in with even more Marines, trying to target down this third Nexus. 3rd hatchery. Jesus Christ, it's been a long day of casting. That's what happens when I don't get to see enough Zerg. What the hell were those splits? How does ByuN still have units? Okay, 3 Banelings. No, more than 3 Banelings died. There were like 9 Banelings there. I think 3 Banelings got killed. God, how did those Marines split so beautifully? I guess when you only have a few. ByuN just splitting incredibly well. Silky does push him away, but we see those trades starting to really edge in favor of ByuN. A couple hundred resources here and there. He gets a lot of those Marines home, too, which with those medevacs coming out, they can just be healed up, get right back out on the battlefield. Be right back to fighting against the Ling Bane, and without Bane speed, these Banes are going to be pretty slow. Easy to split against. ByuN's going for a drop. See if he drops near the 3rd base, which is getting very low. He might try to pop in and target it down if he's given the opportunity. Or if he heads towards the main. There's no units here. There's no overlords here to spot this drop. So unfortunately for Silky, he is not going to know this is here until it lands in his base. And that is a bad time for the Zerg player. He's going to start losing some drones here. Now, Silky is ahead in workers for once in this series. But this is still very painful. And some drones getting caught. 6 drones going down. A nice lift up from ByuN. Only loses a couple of Marines for all that. And he's got another push coming in right now. Where are Silky's units? He's got a few Lings here. That's not enough. He needs more than that for sure. The Queen's going to go down. Baneling showing up. Does he have enough up on the high ground to deal with this? It looks like yes, at least for now. Another great set of splits from ByuN, though, and all the Banelings go down. And now the drop comes in onto the low ground. This base is so low. Silky can't chill here for too long. He's got to go in, but he doesn't have enough, and it looks like ByuN might just have too many Marines in this game. The Lings spilling in, just with no Banelings here. ByuN's going to be able to kill all these Lings, kill the 3rd, and Silky is forced to tap out. ByuN. A very hard-fought first game, but it looked like too easy of a second game for ByuN. Feeling much more confident there, taking out Silky. And moving on to the grand finals. GG's.